Good morning and thank you and welcome to the O'Rourke Report. It's been a while. Apologize for the delay. A lot of things were going on in October. But I have been doing a lot of viewing and we're going to touch on three things today. And so let me start out by saying if you want to hear more, if you want to be notified every time we put out an O'Rourke report, please hit the like button, hit the notification button, and yeah, the like and the notification button, hit those, and that will help me with my analytics. Also, will notify you when new content comes up. So thank you it doesn't cost anything anyway. Also, stick around till the end of the program today. We do have a special little giveaway. We'll tell you more at the end. So, thank you. Let's dive right in. I want to start with RHONY, New York. And one thing I do want to mention about these girls, and which I truly appreciate when I see, as these girls can eat. When they go and they sit down at a dinner table, they have filled up their plates and they continue to put their forks in their mouths. God love them. They all look healthy. They all, obviously are feeding their souls with the right amount of nutrients. So God love the girls of RHONY. They certainly can eat. Now, the one thing I do want to mention, this happened a couple of weeks ago, and I think I mentioned in the trailer for New York how disappointed I was that it looked like Erin and her husband were going to have trouble. You know, they promoted little clips, little snippets of the conversation. So anyway, we finally get to the point where we find out what the issue is, what happened, why is Erin so angry with her husband, and I gotta say, this is some, in my mind, especially when it comes to money, this is a bigger red flag than they put up about this conversation. I mean, I don't know if, well, we'll find out what happens when the other ladies find out what happened because they'll all have something to say about it. But apparently, he made some sort of big transaction. They owned some crypto together, both of them, that he sold it, but he didn't tell her that he was selling it. That's a huge red flag to me. If you share your money like that, like many married couples do, if there's a big transaction, you have to discuss that together. Um, I don't know, is there one that's more of a breadwinner in that family than the other? Did Aaron bring in family money? And, I'm trying to figure out the money dynamic. I didn't get a sense that it was his money initially, or he was the producer of the money and always handles the money and he makes decisions like this. I got the sense that he really pulled something behind her back without telling her. So I think it's a bigger red flag than so far they're portraying. So that was a little interesting. I've mentioned before that I really don't like Bryn when she does her Kewpie doll act, which is the cute, coquettish little, always making double entendre. The more fighting she does, the less Kewpie doll we see. And I interpret that as meaning, you know, uh, when things get tough and she's being confronted with things, we see the more real and authentic Bryn rather than the aged sugar baby that she plays. So I thought that was interesting. The other little thing that I thought was interesting and kind of cements what I feel about Jenna Lyons. She's that New York elitist. So above the rest of us, isn't she, darling? That's just the way she's hitting me. And I'm referring specifically to the she was talking about how they used to, back in the day, visit these sex dungeons and everything was happening. I mean, is this a little too reminiscent of what went on in little Diddy's world? His little sex dungeon parties? Does Jenna know if any of these participants were not drugged to perform? Oh, it's very elitist, very, oh, look at them frolicking on the stage together. But, it's just another example of what I suspect is creeping, maybe even fatal elitism of Miss Jenna Lyons. And okay, so that's what I've got going on in RHONY in my world. Now, let's go talk about the OC. Big thing that's happening in the OC is everybody hates Tamara with with good reason. And Tamara decided, well, she's going to deflect this by announcing. I don't know where she announces these things. She announced them on our podcast with Teddy Mellencamp. Are they on TikTok, Instagram? I have no idea. But it was certainly a story that got a lot of coverage because a lot of the bloggers covered it. That Tamara announced that, oh, I found out why I have such issues. It's really not my fault at all. I'm on the spectrum. Tamara's claiming that the reason she acts as poorly as she does with people is because she's on the spectrum, and it's not in her control because she's on the spectrum. Well, she got immediate blast back on that, and rightfully so, because it's really a cheap shot. I mean, everybody's on the spectrum. Spectrum, as far as I'm concerned, is not 180; it's 360. You're somewhere on there somewhere. You know what I mean? Anybody could stand up and say that they're on the spectrum. At least that's the way I understand the term spectrum. Is it a 360 degree or is it 180? If it's 180, yeah, then okay, maybe there is some kind of calibration that you could either be on the very beginning or the very end, but who knows. But Tamara Barney, a judge, claiming that this is the reason people need to give her a break because she can't control herself. It's a bunch of you know what. Other thing that happened on the OC, which I made a note of, I really loved this. You know how I'm always saying the editors will always show you if it will always show you. Uh, they will comment somehow in some comedy moments on the show. Now, in the show, they were all in London. They had a tour guide who somehow the subject of London Bridge came up. And one of the original London bridges, there have been many over the centuries, knocked down, put up. The Danes knocked them down, the British put it back up, back and forth. It's been going on for centuries. But one iteration of the bridge was dismantled and sold to somebody in the United States who the bridge resides now in Lake Havasu, which old-time OC viewers will remember was one of Vicky Gondelson's famous places to go, where she would whoop it up and she would carry on. Well, they show this very famous shot one of the times cameras were out following them in Lake Havasu. Vicky standing at the end of a boat, and she's woohooing and acting completely Vicky-like. Somebody threw a football, boink, and it bounces off her head. It was hilarious. So, of course, any mention of Lake Havasu, the editors cut immediately to Vicky being hit in the head with a football. Fantastic. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen of the OC editing staff. Loved it. It was very funny. And one little small thing. Last time we met, I think I mentioned something about Joel Kim Brooster had blasted Shannon Bedore for very rude behavior, specifically to staff. I don't know, were they on a shoot together? I don't know why their lives were interacting, but he blasted her to say what an unpleasant experience it was to work with her because she was so condescending to everybody. But, well, I always, when I first mentioned this, I mentioned the fact how unusual it was for this actor to say anything because he appears to be a very polite, well-mannered person. Well, he is a polite, well-mannered person because he apologized for the blast. and it didn't mitigate any of Shannon's behavior, but he did allow her some grace based upon all her trials and tribulations this year, which have been profound, and Shannon cannot handle that. So thought that was very interesting. Okay, well, that's all I've got for today. Now, I did mention that if you stick around till the end, we are giving away a Starbucks $25 gift certificate for you to, or a gift card that I can mail to you, or I can send the code to you. And hold on. And it's going to be a giveaway to the first person who puts in the comments for me, uh, what hit Vicky on the head at Lake Havasu. So put that in the comments. I'll reach out to you, private message, and arrange for you to get your gift certificate. So thank you so much for watching. Again, I'm going to end by saying, if you like what you saw, gotta find my pen. If you like what you saw, please, please, trying to do too many things at once. Please hit the like button, hit the notification button. Thank you so much for watching, and I appreciate you as always. Thank you.